Alright, so last episode we took on Manchester City here in the Carabao Cup semi-final here and managed to beat them here to send ourselves into the final of the Carabao Cup. You'll see in a second here the result, but Odegaard scored a great goal there to make it 2-0 and we won the game 3-2 in the end with this late goal here, seeing us get a win here and seeing us go through to the final like I mentioned before. But we then took on Real Madrid in the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League here. Actually, no, the round of 16, sorry, as you can see. Real Madrid had chances in this game, but in the end, this goal here from Oyhansen sees us get a victory over Real Madrid. They did have chances, but we also could have scored more goals ourselves. As you can see, Adeyemi getting a great opportunity to score, but couldn't do so. And Madrid squandered that chance with Brahim Diaz putting it wide. But then after this game, as you'll see here in a second, we took on I can't remember who it was now in the Carabao Cup final. It was Sunderland in the Carabao Cup final, and that goal there from our youth academy talent Johnson saw us lift the Carabao Cup. Let's get into today's episode in which we look to reach the Champions League final. And to kick off today's episode, we're going to take on Inter Milan here in the quarter-final first leg of the Champions League. As you can see though, in our defence, we're going to play Morata in the game because Diamande has picked up his suspension. And I feel like Morata will be better than Milenkovic due to him having 10 more pace than Milenkovic, who is better than him defensively. But I do feel like Morata will do better in this game due to the pace advantage he does have over Milenkovic. So let's get into this game up against Inter Milan and hopefully continue a great form in the Champions League and get a big win here up against Inter Milan. Good defending there. Okay, can we go again here? Alanga. There's a much more quieter season than did. Oh, I need to just not sprint in the rain. It's so annoying that you can't sprint in the rain because the touches you get are just awful. Here's Adeyemi, but a heavy touch there will do better for him as he hits the shot, but Addison makes a save there. In the end, it costs Inter the most. As that's somehow gone through, it's going to be a shot straight out of Trafford though, and that's going to be dealt with. And here's Conor Bradley. Why is he putting out a roulette spin there? Good defending there from Gutierrez to stop him. Antti Danganau can send it through into Oyhansen set here. Sunset goes inside. Leaves the defender for that. Beats Bissek and shoots and scores. And Oyhansen set continues his incredible form for us this season. Had to sign him from Athletic Bilbao to be our new striker, replacing Chris Wood, who was insane for us in Season 1. But Sunset here in Season 2 has not only given us goals, but he's given us a bunch of assists as well. As he trots past Bissek there, I believe it was, and finesses it into the far corner. A great finish there from him. Puts us 1-0 up here in this game. And let's watch it one more again. Ronaldo chop inside, leaves Bissek, and open space. It's not going to be some near. And it's 1-0. Here's the Forest at the San Siro. It was last year on SC24. There goes Adeyemi. And Adeyemi looked up from you. Up against, I believe, Cherby. Gets past him there just about. Can we make it 2-0 straight away? Sunset hits it. Blocks this time by Bissek. Pretty quickly. So there's Alanga here. Opportunity for us to make it 2-0. Alanga shoots. Addison saves. And somehow Van Huysen hasn't given away a penalty there. So he went sliding in behind of Alanga there and apparently got the ball. The marker now, Taremi. Well over the top here to Lautaro Martinez as Trafford comes out and gives away a free kick somehow there. I mean, I get handball has been given away there, but how did that even happen? What just... it's a penalty. And I dove the right way as well. Oh my god, that's actually so frustrating. That is one of the stupidest goals I've ever conceded. Granted, the rule exists. Obviously, handball are set up by keeper, gives away a penalty. But in what world is Trafford ever going to handball that IRL? The ball's hit him in his chest. And it's told down to hit his hand somehow. In real life, he's going to just chest it and then boot it away. Or head it away. Or something. Gutierrez, good interception. Since they scored that goal, I'm going to fully just try against Inter here and beat them, hopefully by a few goals. Adeyemi. There we go. We're back in the lead. You know, we'll get the ball. I'm on smoke here. We ain't celebrating until this game's like 4 or 5-1. Inter are getting put to the sword in this game. After that goal I just conceded, I've got to just descend it in this game. Ball through. Oh, no, like this. Lautaro Martinez shoots. Trafford makes the save. Nicola Bradley, good steal there from Gutierrez. And the delay on the passing in this game is actually... Oh my God, what is going on here, man? Taremi shoots. Trafford, comfortable save there for him to make. Into Odegaard. Good move there from Gouda. He's still going through here. How has Van Huysen got a ball off him there? A little bit sooner, fair enough, but after he got past him there, Odegaard should have been gone. Oh no, Lautaro Martinez has somehow knocked that through, and Trafford makes a big save there. Ball forward into Conor Bradley, ball into the box here. Had a goal was by Bonnie, good save to Trafford, but it falls straight to Lautaro Martinez. Good challenge there from Anderson. Pavlovic here. Can send for his fellow German in Adeyemi. Come on, Adeyemi. Win this game for us later on. Adeyemi taken down in the box by Bissek. That should be a red card and a penalty for us. It is going to be a red card for Bissek. The captain for them in this game is getting sent off here. And come on, lad. We need to score this. Whoever takes it needs to score it. Who's over it? Sunset is over it right now. We're going to give it to Sunset. He's our best penalty taker. Wayhan Sunset to win us the game possibly here. Buries the penalty. And may just won this game at the death. Obviously, still a second leg for us to sim. But this game has been frustrating, man. Like, most of it you probably haven't seen. Some of the frustrating stuff, so I'll just cut it out of the episode because it just is stuff that just happens in midfield. But it's been so much just rebounds and just no fluidity whatsoever. It's felt like I'm trying to like break a brick wall with my fist to create a single chance in this game. Granted, we scored 3 goals, yes, so I've managed to do it a few times, but it's been one of those where it just kind of feels like I'm just fighting an immovable object, an inevitable object that it is the AI in this game scoring goals no matter what happens. Considering they have the invincibility around them right now, the aura around Keller locally right now, who's coming forward, blocked by Ola Aina. And that should be the end of the game here. Let's just hoof that clear. And the game tried it there. But there we go. It's a 3-2 victory over Inter in the first leg. A frustrating game. I want to watch back that first. I probably ain't going to get to see the own goal, am I? Like, not the own goal, the handball. I'm probably not going to get to see that because it probably doesn't show that part. But I want to see if I can. There we go. I can scroll down. I want to see the penalty, like, because it's not gonna. Is it gonna show it? Does it show it? No, it's gonna just show the penalty. Okay, but this goal here. Let's just take a look at this one again. Ball into the box, header, fair enough, save, straight back to Martinez, and none of my players are there to defend it. But it is what it is. We won the game, but it was so frustrating, man. At least we got the win. We're going to sim the second leg and we should be through to the semi-finals. And let's get into our next game of this episode. Against Man City here, back in the Premier, pick up a 3-2 victory with Adeyemi scoring twice, I believe, and Anderson scoring a goal to give us a 3-2 victory over second place Man City here. And in the second leg against Inter, we'll pick up a 2-2 draw, winning a 5-4 overall in aggregate, seeing us go through into the semi-finals of the Champions League, with Adeyemi and Pavlovic scoring for us, and Acerbi trying to do it for Inter Aero, scoring 2 goals to win this game to almost see Inter go through into the semi-finals. But unfortunately for him, it wasn't enough, and we go through instead. And back in the Premier against Liverpool, we'll host to a 1-1 draw at home here, with Szoboszlai scoring for them and Elanga getting a goal for us to see us get a point apiece here in this one. And at home, up against West Ham, we'll pick up a 2-1 victory here with Constantine Elias and Jota Silva scoring in this one to get the 3 points away from home against West Ham. And the next game we're going to play is up against Chelsea here at Wembley Stadium in the FA Cup semi-finals. We're going to play this one with our second team. As you can see, we're going to line up with this game. Unfortunately, Morato is suspended for this game, so Panzo comes into the back line for this one. I was going to play Sangore at centre-back, but we didn't really want to play 2 slow centre-backs together in the back line, in obviously Sangore and Milenkovic. So in this game, we're going to play Panzo in the left-hand side and see how good he can do in this game. Let's get into this one up against Chelsea here and hopefully see ourselves advance into the FA Cup final for a second season in a row. Heading has been massively improved as well, so we'll see that in this episode and see if there actually is an issue, not an issue, an update in terms of that actually makes a difference. So at the door, looking for Osterson here, who shoots. It comes to Jota Silva, but Chevalier intercepts it for Farner. And so ball back into him. Matt Sells good save, and that's going to be a goal, a free kick for us for offside. For a second, I thought the ref gave a penalty away there. I was going to be very frustrated about that one because that was never a penalty. Obviously, it wasn't given, so that's good for us. They thought of the former Chelsea man, who last season when he played against Chelsea for us in the first team did incredible things. Dominguez. Overlap here to Nico Williams. Nico Williams. Now, Constantelias actually has found his way out wide there. Used him a little bit in a series recently. That's good defending there from Richards. And that pass was not meant to go where it went, but we'll defend here, hopefully. Panzer couldn't make the challenge, but here's Cole Palmer. But there's Panzer stepping in with that from him. In the door. Back into Constantelias. Looking for Osterson there, but it's good defending again from Chelsea. They got a little bit fortunate there. We didn't get a chance to go through there somehow. As Danilo steals Osakanyi. As Danilo now driving forward, but play it ahead of him. Why did Constantelias even stop the run to begin with? Like, he's a creative midfielder. He should be running into the box there. We're struggling to really get through this Chelsea defensive play in a very, very heavily defensive game so far against us here. It's Constantelias, ball into Hudson-Odoi, but here we go. Here's Jota Silva, and that's the 1-0 scoreline. Just before the half-time break, we finally found a way through. And Jota Silva, who scores there for us, hasn't had a moment for us really in a long time in this series since the end of season 1 really. He hasn't really done much this season for us. He's going to have a limited game time in the first team due to us needing high quality players this season. But Jota Silva makes it 1-0 here. Chevalier probably should be saving that, to be honest. It's a shot that's pretty much directly at him. He should be saving it, but we take the lead due to the Portuguese winger here, making it 1-0. And you're to see, and that goal could send us through to the FA Cup final if we manage to continue defending well in this game and maybe get 1 or 2 more goals to add to this lead. And so he deserves to be the first team keeper. That's Danilo. An opportunity to hit one from range here with the Brazilian. He does so, but it's going to be a good save there for Chevalier. Palmer doing a bit too much there, but somehow Fafana steals it off. Dominguez, that's a ball through. Matt Soles comes out and collects it. Look at that from him. He just honestly is incredible as a CDM. Here is Hudson-Odoi. Nutmegs Reyes there. Ball into Osterson here. The outstanding striker shoots it straight at Chevalier. It's now Williams. Hudson-Odoi. Look at that from you. Hudson-Odoi here. Still going. Hudson-Odoi is going through. It's a fairly quiet game, but it doesn't matter since he's scored there. And that was an incredible goal there from him, showing what he did for us in season 1. Honestly, Adeyemi has taken it. Well, obviously, Adeyemi took him over this season as our first team left wing, but Hudson-Odoi last season was so good for us in that role that I kind of felt bad replacing him. But Adeyemi has been insane. I've not really looked at it since, but Hudson-Odoi shows us the ability he has to be a game changer. They makes it 2-0. And to see it when I take a 2-goal lead in this game, and hopefully we are now through to the FA Cup final. Kukurea, and it is Kanyi. Back here to Palmer. That's going to be ball into Soles, and it's offside to, obviously in the end, it's going to be offside there. And that's a pass into Kubo. Ball forward, that's going to be those Soles to come out and collect it. There we go. And here's Hudson-Odoi. Hudson-Odoi. Love that from him. Jota Silva to Oscarson, but he's somehow not scored there. So he's driving forward here. Milenkovic, go challenge in there from him to stop the Portuguese winger from getting a shot away there. And Constantelias, why not? Power shot here from the Greek creative midfielder. That's going to be a free kick for us to take at the very end of the game here. The last chance for us. Actually, we're going to lay that off there because we have an opportunity. Constantelias shoots, and that's going to be saved by Chevalier. But the game should be done, and we are through to the FA Cup final. We're 2-0 victory with our second team over Chelsea. And honestly, our second team played incredible in this game. And Panzo in defence, he was great. A 7.8 from him. Probably deserves to be higher rated, but Hudson-Odoi, a 10.0 rating. Overall, we were the better team. Chelsea did nothing going forward in this one. They just couldn't create a chance or two. And we get a win, and we're through to the FA Cup final. So hopefully, win it back-to-back like we did the Carabao Cup, and hopefully, then we're going to do the Premier League title again this season. But let's get into the Champions League semi-finals after this. and let's show you who it's going to be and we're going to take on next. And kind of in a weird poetic way, we beat Inter to reach the semi-finals. We now have to beat the IRL team that won the Champions League and PSG to reach the final. So we have to go through both teams that reach the final IRL to get to a final ourselves. For some reason, Murillo is unhappy and wants to leave. Now, literally didn't play him for one game, as you saw, which was the FA Cup semi-final, and maybe 2 games. I don't think he played the one against West Ham. But other than that, he's played literally so many games. It needs to be a thing that needs to be addressed. In SC26, the players wanted to leave for no reason. If I back out here and show you how many games he's played for us this season, it makes no sense that he wants to leave. He literally didn't play 2 games, and because of that, he apparently wants to leave the team. So let's go over to the stats. You can see he played 34 games. Him and Diamande played a good amount of games, you know what I mean? Considering we rotate quite a lot with 24 games being played by Morata, 41 by Milinkovic, who's been on the bench for the first team and coming on every now and again. But overall, he's played every game that our first team has played this season. So why does he want to leave? It makes no sense that he's unhappy. The contract is apparently the reason, but ain't the reason. Because it's crucial. He was earning a decent wage. Obviously, 46k is low for his valuation, etc. But that'll be something that we dealt with in the future. But what it is a player doesn't get played for 1 or 2 games. For some reason, they then go, "Oh, I'm happy. I want to leave." We've seen it so many times in my series before. It's a player that we're not going to sell. But let's get into the semi-final against PSG and hopefully beat them in the first leg, so we can swim the second leg and next episode play the Champions League final and win it. Hopefully for us here. Alright, so we're going at the City Ground here in our home stadium up against PSG, the team that won the Champions League IRL. Obviously demolished Inter 5-0 in the process of doing so. As we're through here, Sunset almost makes it 1-0 early on. That would have been a great start for us, but we get a corner. Got Gabriel in their back line. They could have signed him. Alanga, good move there from him. Ball to the back post maybe here. On the header is hopefully someone there, but it's going to be headed clear by Gabriel. Season Kvaratskhelia. Tione Reinders, who's on his way to Man City. Hopefully Trafford could save there though. This is a very good PSG team. This is going to be a tough game to win. Kvaratskhelia. It's going to be won there by Adeyemi. Diamande. Anderson. Pavlovic here into Ordagula. Oh, that from Ordagula. They're creating a bit of space for himself there. And Ordagula here, trying to go through the centre here. We're just playing very simple football here, but it's actually worked out for his. Sunset. Skips the challenge, and Sunset runs through, but Donnarumma saves him with a great save. And let's say Hakimi just switched sides, because he was playing down here on Alanga's side when he defended Alanga earlier. Apparently he's all the way over here now defending Adeyemi. I'm not sure what's happened there then. But Sunset now over the top here to Alanga, who's got in the back line here. Alanga, can he make it 1-0? Donnarumma getting saves PSG here. Alanga here putting out a bit of trickery, trying to create some space. Ball to the back post, looking for Adeyemi. Adeyemi on the volley, but Donnarumma again makes a good save. It's a ball through here, looking for Hakimi, who strode forward, and Trafford makes a good save for us there. Sunset is onside. And Alanga here has gone through. It's poor defender from PSG once again. Alanga there, can he finally make him pay? He's done so. PSG have defended awfully in this game. We have been given so many chances back to back, and we finally take one here with Alanga, who, like I said, has had a fairly quiet season compared to last season. But if he turns up at the right time, it won't matter. If he turns up towards the end of the season, it's needed. You know, we need him to score goals now more than ever. Alanga here scores to make it 1-0. And you'll have to see it, but we know PSG are going to probably score 1 or 2 goals in this game with the players they do have. I would not be surprised if they get back into this game fairly quickly. And speaking of that, it could be straight from kickoff. That would be annoying. Hakimi, Trafford could save. Good defending there from Eddie Anderson. Here goes Alanga, who, like I said, previously he's had a very quiet season, but he's turning up here at the most needed opportunity, but unfortunately couldn't chip past Donnarumma there. And he came off the bench to score a couple of massive goals. The Kvaratskhelia good save there from Trafford. Ordagula returns it back up wide to Alanga here. Great play. Alanga here chops inside. Still going as Alanga. Gives it to Adeyemi. Adeyemi denied by Hakimi. And here goes Dembele. In into Adam and Lookman. Back here to Dembele. Lookman again. He former Atalanta man driving forward. Blocked here by Gutierrez, and that's going to go out for a throw into PSG. When Lookman turns it up, really great defending. Gutierrez somehow doesn't collect the ball, but that's going to be a comfortable set for Trafford to make. Draws two defenders over to him. Odegaard out. Looking to return it to Adeyemi. Good play here. Adeyemi going through. Adeyemi, great dribbling from him. Can he lay it off to Sunset? Yes, he does. That was some fantastic football once again from this team. And Oyhan Sunset makes it 2-0. And we could be seeing a third European trophy, a third Champions League go into Nottingham Forest this season. I said they won it 2 times in the past. But in this resurgence of Nottingham Forest in this career mode here, we could be taking them from Europa League winners last season to Champions League winners this season. And that would be amazing for us. The Sunset there makes it 2-0. PSG are getting a few chances in this game, so they're still in this one. It's not over yet. But a 2-goal lead is massive for us in this game. As long as we continue playing the way we have done, we are going to win this game. As Gutierrez gets it back to Trafford, and Trafford gets it cleared just about. And we get the ball back ourselves here. And we give away a free kick there, apparently. Not too sure where, but we give away a free kick for some reason. As Bradley Barcola now comes on for PSG. Headed away by Pavlovic. Sunset. Alanga here. Looking to send through Odegaard by Gabriel. Good defending there from him. Ademola Lookman, who shoots some range. That's going to be an awful attempt for him. And the game should be done here. We should be 1 foot through the door into the Champions League final after this big win here against PSG. A 2-0 victory, a clean sheet at home against the Parisians. And that means we defeated Inter. We're 1 out of 2 games away from defeating PSG to make ourselves into Champions League finalists. So hopefully win it this season. Let's get into the menu and do the outro there. Alright, so that's what I call it for the end of today's episode. As you can see, we're currently at the top of the table, 6 points clear of Arsenal, who was second place. Now, it was Man City at the start of this episode, but it's now Arsenal who have made their way into second place, as we have a game in hand on City as well. They have a game in hand as well. And next week's game will be against Leicester. We can assume that one. And next episode, we should be crowned champions of the Premier League once again. I don't see us throwing away a 6-point lead in the final few games of the season, as we are going to be in the FA Cup final against Brighton. We'll play that one with our second team next episode and hopefully go back to back and win the FA Cup again this season. But most importantly, we'll sim the second leg against PSG and either face Liverpool or Man City in the Champions League final. We'll find out next episode. Next to the call it for this one. You're going to enjoy it. Drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, so all help getting there is greatly appreciated. Also, check out the other content I post on this channel. You can see a full series playlist on your screen right now, and a recommended video that you would enjoy, hopefully anyway. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.